There we go. Whew, it's nice out. Wasn't so nice about an hour and a half ago.
No.
Erin wasn't home for the fun.
No, I wasn't here.
And you've clicked on this video title, so you already know what's coming. But I promise, this version will be clean.
Where do I need to stand?
So I went over to Camping World, which is right across the street from this campground, and got a new hose, a new 15-foot long section of hose. Right there. It goes from there all the way to, I'm all backwards, up here. So nice new long 15-foot section of hose. I use the Rhino stuff with the orange connectors. They work really well, they pack really small. I don't use the anti-crush ones because I don't step on my sewer hoses. So I went and got the new hose because the old one was cracking and I saw a little bit of rust coming through from the metal loop that's on the inside. And I was like, rather than have it fail catastrophically, I see a little bit of wear, I'm just gonna go ahead and replace it preemptively. And I did that, got everything all set up. And we had traveled this morning with some stuff in the black tank because I was lazy this morning and I was like, where we're going has sewer, so I'll just dump it when we get there. Got everything hooked up, pulled the black tank, it was relatively full, and about 5 seconds later, there's black tank contents spewing out of the ground. And I didn't realize it was coming out of the ground. I thought that something with the new hose was wrong. I thought I didn't screw it in right. I thought like something wasn't connected right. I thought the end of it wasn't put on right at the factory or whatever. I didn't know what was going on. So I closed the gate and ran over there and tried to figure out, what was happening. Had my gloves on, of course, because
you wear gloves.
I always wear gloves. So I was able to fiddle with it and see what was going on. So I hooked up the hose and the sprayer and sprayed the area down just so I could kind of clear some of the crud out of the area. And some TP, there was some TP. And not the kind you spend the night in. To figure out what went wrong. And come to find out, it is not my fault. It is not the manufacturer's fault. It is, in fact, the fault of the campground. Take a look at this. All right, so this is all brand new, nice and shiny, right? And I got a 15-foot one, and it still didn't reach.
No, well,
so I had to hook up two, but the 15-foot one's nice and long. Watch out, buddy. And if you look here, it goes into the ground as a suspiciously new-looking piece of PVC here, and you see that little panhead screw. If you look down under it, there's a big hole in the PVC pipe. That grass is actually sticking out of the ground, under the PVC. My lovely assistant here is going to help with a little experiment.
Okay.
I've had the shower running for 25 minutes to fill up the gray tank. I want this to happen again, to show it on camera.
With clean water.
With clean water, so we can just add one more thing to keep an eye out for when setting up sewer.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and pop this thing open. So the black tank, or the gray tank, should be full. So gray lever up in there. She's gonna pull it. Go ahead and pull it. I'm gonna run. Pull it all the way.
You sure?
Pull it all the way out.
Is it gonna happen fast enough?
Go. Come on, water. There we go. See? Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Yeah, no, keep it open.
Keep it open?
That's clean water. Look at that. So imagine that with a full black tank, and it's not clean, soapy water. Now it's surging through.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
It goes all the way to the flower. It's coming out to me and scale.
That
is terrifying.
That's how I spend my afternoon.
Great. I did not.
Yeah.
It does look so pretty when it's nice and clean water.
Yeah,
though.
so that's clean on that end, and it came with a brand new elbow down there. But I like the 15-foot run because how many times
are you just barely there?
is it like 11 feet or 12
Yeah.
feet, right? This is an extreme example. Do that again. Dude, that took half an hour of water. So I'm glad it worked that time.
No, it's
Not glad
trickling.
it worked the first time.
No. But that's, oh my gosh. Can you imagine if I was here by myself?
Oh my,
I would have just been like, I don't know what to do.
I'm really glad that the neighbors weren't home.
Yeah.
This site sucks.
Yeah.
This is a terrible site. We're in Sherwood Forest, which we've had some issues with in the past.
We have. We have.
It's
we haven't been here in a year.
We haven't been here in a year, and I was actually joking with our friends Dan and Karen because they hate coming over here too. Because every time they come here, it rains like crazy,
And it's just
and
mud.
it becomes mud, and it's awful. Some of the sites over there, they had to actually close a couple winters ago because they were completely flooded and just like 5-6 inch deep muddy ruts.
Crazy.
Yeah, so there's drainage issues. We've had water issues here.
Yeah.
When Sean and Elizabeth were with us, we had the power go out for about half a day.
Yep. We did.
And now this is actually the second time I've had a sewer issue. Up in front, we were in the trailer.
Yeah.
I don't know if the sewer was all jammed up or gummed up or what was wrong with it, but I had hooked up. Everything was normal. We had gray open. Gray was draining just fine. Black filled up over a few days. Came out, closed gray, opened black, and it didn't drain.
At all.
Remember that? Like
It was, like, full.
it filled up the hose
Yeah.
and stopped. And we were like, oh boy.
Oh, great.
So we closed it, and after about 20 or 30 minutes, it eventually drained out of the hose. And then when we tried to open it again, I guess a bunch of the solids had come up into the gate valve, and when we closed the gate valve, it locked up. So we had to get the Flush King,
Flush King. That
which
was
is
cool.
which is an amazing little product. If you've never seen it before, it's basically a gate valve with an elbow and a hose connection, and you attach a garden hose. Yeah, you attach a garden hose, you close the gate valve, and you blast water in from the bottom side of the sewer into the tank from below.
Yeah.
So if there's a clog down at the bottom, it blasts that clog back up in there, and then you open the gate valve and everything rushes through. But I think it took us 2 hours. I think we were outside messing with that all afternoon.
Did you film that?
No,
Okay.
no, I don't
I was
think
gonna
so.
say, link to that because that was an interesting.
Yeah, no,
thing.
I don't think we got that on because we didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, you're right. We were
I
like,
I didn't know what a Flush King was. I had
Right.
never used it before. Like it was, I wish I had recorded it so I could share it with you guys. But if we ever need that on this RV, I don't know if it'll work
I don't think it will.
because I don't think there's room here. So the Flush King basically would go where that clear elbow is, but there would be a gate valve here, and then a way to connect a garden hose here. But the problem is this is all upside down and tucked back in that little cabinet. So
That would
I don't
be-
know.
I wonder if they sell different styles. And like the one we got for the trailer was the one that worked perfectly for the
I'm
trailer.
almost wondering if I'd have to do like 2 elbows to get it to come down and out and then out again.
Would it still be enough pressure? The pressure then? Since it's going through so much.
Yeah, because you close that gate valve and it's filling the water, and the water has to go that way
Yeah,
because
okay.
the gate valve is closed. So, yeah.
Fun times.
So that was my afternoon.
Share down in the comments if you've had something similar happen, because I'm curious just how often this happens.
We want your poo stories.
Tell them all to us. And if you don't want to do it on YouTube, then just tell us you're headed over to Discord and then come and talk to us
Yeah.
about it, because
Yeah.
your knowledge and experience will help so many other people.
You know what? While we're at it, I'm going to share another one real quick.
Okay, go for it.
Remember,
Oh,
it
gosh.
was like our 4th.
It wasn't even 4th. It was like our
Third?
2nd stop. It was on our way to Florida.
Yeah.
We were in South Carolina.
We went to the Myrtle Beach State Park.
We did, yep.
It's a lovely little state park. No sewer hookups.
No.
So that was 3 nights, 4 nights, something like that. This was in the trailer. We had started full-timing like a month before.
Right.
It was our second
It was
week
right
on the
after
road.
Christmas.
Yeah, it was like our second or third week on the road. And we rolled into Myrtle Beach State Park, left black and gray closed because there was no sewer.
Nope.
Didn't dump on the way out because the next place had sewer.
Right.
I don't remember what the next campground was, but we
do.
went there and what was it?
It was in South Carolina.
Yeah, you remember the name of it?
Yeah, just put it up right here.
5togo.com/map. You
Yes.
can see everywhere we've been.
Yeah.
I knew something was wrong where this was on the trailer, so all of the controls were on the outside. Like I like this because I can lock it up.
Yeah.
You can't get to this stuff, which I like now. On the trailer, everything was
This is
outside.
why.
And I went to hook up the sewer, and I realized that on the sewer hose coming out, the cap was on, but the black and the gray valves had been pulled. And I know with 100% certainty that I did not do that.
Right.
There's no way I did that because I had dumped at the campground before, closed everything up, packed everything up, like, because I had dumped black and then closed it and dumped gray and closed it and put the cap on. Mm-hmm. So at a minimum, the gray valve might have been open, but not both.
No.
So I am convinced that someone, probably a bored teenager, walked around and pulled people's valves.
At Myrtle Beach when we were there.
At the state park, because you wouldn't have noticed.
No.
Right? Because there was the cap on the end, valves were open. Maybe
Yeah.
someone did it at a gas station or a rest stop, I don't know. But
Yeah.
it was bad.
Yeah.
So basically, there was 6, 7, 8 inches of pipe between where the black valve closes and where you connect the hose.
Right.
And you cannot connect the hose with the cap on there.
So, do you see where the problem was? And what was going to happen?
If I hadn't noticed,
Right.
and if I had just taken that cap off,
Shoo.
it would have been 4 days worth of black tank just
All over
gushing
Brian.
out. Luckily, I
You
noticed. I closed the gate valves,
Mm-hmm.
and then I pondered life.
And then you came in and asked me, what should we do? And I was like, we have a bucket.
We have a bucket. I have gloves. So basically, what we ended up doing is we put the bucket under the pipe.
Right.
I had my gloves on. We had a water hose ready to go.
Yep.
We were on a gravel site, which was nice, which you'll find out why in a second here. Gate valve was closed. I had about 8 or 10 inches of
Black tank to
black
deal with.
tank water to deal with. So I, as carefully as I could,
As quickly.
I had the hose in one hand, the bucket was under it. So with the one hand, I tried just breaking the seal on the cap that was on the end of the sewer hose, just to get it to start draining a little bit. Like solids I knew were going to be a problem, but I was just trying to get as much liquid out as I could. I love talking solids and liquids, it's
I
great.
know. Hey, you clicked on this
So
video.
gross.
You knew what you were getting
You
into.
did. You saw it. You saw the name of it. So I had to basically just break the seal and try and maneuver the hose to catch as much of the stuff as I could. Stuff still hit the ground. There was toilet paper on the ground. So I stood out there for half an hour with a hose, just trying to dilute it.
Diffusing
And
yeah.
I picked up what I could, like any
Pieces.
I picked up, but the rest had to just be hosed down.
There
So-
wasn't anyone else to do it.
So that was my big nasty story.
And that one happened real early on. So
That
we
was-
knew early to check those things.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious what happened here, because this is a weird site.
It's a very weird sign.
This
I bet you somebody
tree,
ran over it.
this tree is where the RV should be. It's where the rear of the RV should be, right here. We should have pulled in where that number is on the ground. We should have come nose first, and the nose would be where it is now, because the power pole is here, and then the sewer and water are right here. So they form a nice line, but this tree is in the way. So obviously someone, because there's dually tracks here on the ground, someone ran over that and broke the PVC pipe that was in there before, and someone came over and was like, okay, and they just put a new cap on it, screwed it in with those panhead screws, and either didn't care that it was broken further down, didn't think it would be an issue, or didn't notice. So
We noticed.
I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say they didn't notice, because I didn't either, until it was presented to me.
Fun.
Yeah, fun.
I'm
Fun,
so
fun,
glad
fun.
I wasn't here.
So that's how we started our year. There was no January 1 video.
There wasn't.
You want to know why? Because not only do I have poo flying out of the ground, I also have a external hard drive that is dead, that contains half of our footage.
And we needed that to show you guys stuff.
Yeah, our plans
So-
for the January 1 video were to go back and revisit some of our old footage, and about half of what we wanted to use is on that dead external drive. So I'm going to try and recover all of that, and we will eventually do that episode.
Yes. And we were gonna just like download them all, like just the
Yeah.
actual footage like from YouTube.
Like re-download the old episodes.
But we were at Thousand Trails Orlando with about 1,000 other families, and the internet service there is
Non-existent.
awful.
Yeah.
And so we couldn't even like jerry rig some type of video for you
Yep.
guys. So you get the poo video instead, and we will spend some extra time making what would have been the January 1st video into
Yep.
something fantastic.
Yeah, no promises
For later
on
in January,
No promises
maybe.
on when. Probably not later in January because we're Tampa show's coming up.
I hope you're coming.
Yeah, Tampa show's coming up.
There's going to be information about where you guys can come and meet
Yep,
us.
we're gonna do a couple. I think we'll do two different meetups.
2 meetups.
2 different public meetups, and we're camping with a bunch of roadrunners.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
And if
keep
you're
an eye
camping
out.
there, let us know down below, or come into Discord and talk
Yeah.
to us, and let us know you're going to be at the Tampa show too.
Yep. Yeah, we're camping at the Super Rally. So
Yeah.
if you're gonna be there, you'll see us.
Woohoo!
We'll be there with a handful of other with roadrunners, and that's gonna be a lot of fun. My arm is about to fall off.
Okay,
So
this is your video then.
yeah.
It's all done.
That's it. We're done. I'm gonna just leave you with some words of wisdom. Check your work, and check other people's work too. Because poo flying out of the ground, it's never fun.
Never something you want to talk about or experience.
Yep. So, welcome to 2022.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
We'll see you guys later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.